Okay, so let's start continuing the last class. So what we have
Yes.
looked into the last class, the problem and the issue that we were having with the one of the problem, that is the two sum, right?
Mm.
And the time complexity of two sum was
It was O of n square.
O of n
That
square,
yes,
right? And we have to reduce that O of n square in the least version, either O of n or O of log n, whatever. But is there any chance of the possibility that you can bring down to any other time complexity? Okay,
yes.
so let's try to look into that. So what are we having over here? We having a list, right?
Mm.
And that list suppose contain 2, 5, 6. I'm taking up to this much for let's take 7 also. Hmm. So we have this number 256, and suppose the target equal to 9.
Yes.
9 is our target. Earlier what we did, we kept one I over here in the first index and then j, which is used to iterate over it. Okay, if j
Yes.
finds the matching pair, it will print it. If not, then I will increment to 5, the very next value. But this was taking O of n square, which is not considered generally. So what next? So in the last class, we have studied about dictionary, right?
Yes. Yes.
So is there any way you can use any set or dictionary or any collections which will help you out with this one? So when we studied about this one, people come across another reason, another way of solving this one.
Okay.
Okay. So that way was, it was like
Mm.
this. They took a bucket, okay,
Mm.
and same, there is no J, only I. So
Mm.
I value is 2. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take suppose difference, diff, DIFF. And what this diff is doing, this diff is actually my subtracting target minus your I value. Okay.
Okay.
So right now the value of I is 2. So
Yes.
9 minus 2 is how much? Difference is
7.
7. Now it will go inside this box and check, is there any 7 inside it? So since the box is
Mm.
empty, what will happen? I
Mm.
will put this 2 inside this one.
Okay.
Okay. With the index number of 0, right? This
Yes.
is 2. Okay. Now I will increment to 5. Okay. Again, 9 minus 5. How much? 4.
Which one? 4. Yes.
Is there any 4 inside the box?
No.
No. So I will just put 5 value inside this box.
Mm.
Okay. Now again, next time iterate to 6.
Mm.
6 minus 9 is 3. Then
Yes.
it will check, is there any 3 inside this box?
No.
Nope. So I will put 6 inside this one.
Mm.
Now the next value is 9 minus
7.
7 is 2.
2. Yes.
And I will check, is there any 2 inside the box?
Yes.
Yes, I got it with the
Mm.
index of 0, right? So I'll print the
Mm.
index of this value, which is inside the dictionary. Okay.
Mm.
And the index of the current one, where our I is.
Got it. Got it.
Got it. So in this way, we'll directly print. So
Mm.
how many times we have to run the loop?
Just one time.
Just one time. So it reduced to O
Mm.
of
Often.
O of n.
Yes.
Understood.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's start printing the code. If I have to write same, let's take 2 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7.
Mm.
It's not the target, it's the nums.
Nums.
And then we have to write the target. How much? 9. And then we are putting everything in a map. Sorry, not in a map, in a dictionary, right? So
Mm.
we
Mm.
just need to uh, declare one dictionary with empty dictionary.
Okay. Yes.
So generally, if you see the naming convention, people call empty dictionary with a hash map.
Mm.
So in other programming languages, hash map has a different meaning, right?
Yes. Yes.
But here, the hash map generally people give a naming. It's a naming convention, okay?
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like when we import panda. So we import panda as PD, if you ever heard,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Even though you can use any variable out of it, not instead of PD, you can write anything,
Mm.
right? That will also work. But people take it as a norms and started writing
Mm.
PD. Same
Pretty.
in
Yes.
case of this one dictionary, that people when started writing empty dictionary, because it behaves like a map, hash map of earlier programming languages. So they started giving the
Mm.
name as hash map. Okay.
Mm.
Now first I have to put everything inside this uh, length of nums.
Yes.
Now I got up to what I have to run the loop. So I'll just run loop for I in range
Mm.
till n,
Yes.
right? So we are starting from the I, means the very first index, till the end index. And then we'll take a variable with the name of diff, which is what doing target,
Mm.
target minus nums of I.
Mm.
Right. Now what will be the next logic? Can you think of?
We're going to um, if the difference is not present in the hash map,
Mm-hmm.
then we're going to store the the target in there. No,
Correct.
not the
So
target. I mean,
if
yes, nums in there. Yes.
diff in, if the difference
In
value which
in
was
is
coming,
yes.
if the difference value was suppose 5, let's take the example of 5. So 9 minus 5 is 4.
Oh.
So we were
Mm.
checking inside what? Inside hash map.
Mm.
So if diff in the hash map, right?
Mm. And we're just simply gonna print the index of that
So if diff is in the hash map, simply print the index.
in-
Print
index of
index of what?
index of that I. I mean,
Let's
we're
give
gonna
it a
just
name.
print it. Yes.
So if I have to print the index of this hash map, so
Mm.
how will I print? It's simple. First, I'm
It's
passing a list, right? I'll give a square bracket. This is basically
okay.
the index of two part, right? Two variables.
Okay,
First is
okay.
the map. Hash map of what?
Of
Diff,
the yes.
comma I,
Mm,
right? I will show the
mm.
current one. Diff will show the one that is inside the hash map.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's all.
Okay.
I'll save it. Let's run it. Did it print? It did not. See if you can find any issue or error.
Do we have to give the else part? I mean, there's no point.
Nah, we need to give a break. Break, it's totally choice one. Like when you find if you have to give only one solution.
Mm,
Okay, so in the very first go, if you find the solution, we'll just print it right over there. Right.
mm. If not,
But
then
there
we
is
could
one
just
thing. See if you can find out.
yes.
Where are we storing the values?
Okay, okay. We are not actually. Yeah, we are not storing the value of the answer that we the result.
Yep. So
Like,
hash map of nums of I.
mm,
So basically we are incrementing over the values,
yes.
right? So we are putting the I value inside it, and that value will then it goes. So every time it is storing the index value too,
Mm,
right? See any confusion if you are having.
mm, no.
Okay, let's run it. So 2 comma 0 comma 3,
Got it, got
right?
it.
And let's copy this one and put it to our lead code. So this is our lead code.
Mm,
Function is already defined. Indentation is required. Yeah, this is fine.
yes,
Okay, do we need a num variable is there? Num variable nums
yes,
is there. Target is there. Target is there. Did will it print?
yes. Or no, we have to return it, right?
Right.
Or yes, yes.
So instead of since it is already for the one solution, we need not to write the break.
Mm,
This then return. I will simply return the list. There's one
yes.
space. All seems good. Let's run it. So it passed all the test cases.
Mm.
And in the previous case also it passed, but the issue was it was O of n square, which
All
was
of
not
it's good.
accepted. So in the interview, they'll ask you is in the exactly same way. First, you give me the
Okay.
solution, whether it is brute
Mm,
force or whatever, I don't care. And then you tell me the time and space complexity of that one. Generally, they worried about the space complexity, sorry, time
mm,
complexity.
mm,
Once you provided the time complexity, then they'll ask you to improve it. If you even can think of improving it, that's way
mm.
better. Okay, they'll not
Okay.
expect you to
Okay.
solve the problem. They'll just want you to improve the code.
Just
If
a
you can,
logic. Okay.
yeah, if you can give the logic as well, a better logic.
Okay.
Okay. We got our code submitted.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with today's class, which is
Okay.
basically a function. We already have dealt with the function. Now, just what we deal so far is just an introduction, a simple one we have used. Now, let's see into the detail one. So, if anyone asks you what is the definition of function, can you explain?
Mm. Basically, like we're creating one sort of code that like we can use anywhere in a main code.
Yep, a short of a code that solves a purpose and that is being
Mm.
used in the multiple places.
Yes.
So that term is called the function, where the code is reusable, well scoped, and flexible code. Okay, improving at one place will reflect in all the places wherever it was called. So in Python, we call the function with the def keyword. But before that,
Yeah.
let's see what are the topics that we are going to cover. Normal things, okay, function, parameters, return, scope. Okay, these are the little bit advanced topic, which is lambda, recursion, args, and quarks.
Mm.
So any idea about args and quarks?
Mm. Arg is
Might
like
be
an argument.
slightly. Yeah, it does represent the argument, but why it has
Oh,
been represented as separate? It's not a keyword, remember?
okay, okay, okay.
So we'll come into that one. Okay,
Okay. And I never
let's
heard
start.
about quads though. Quads, I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah, arguments, yes.
Okay. No worries. Interviewer doesn't need to ask a lot of deep questions related to these topics. What they want,
Mm-hmm.
whether you are aware of these things or not. Okay. They'll
Okay.
simply check your knowledge. That if you can conceptually give the correct answer, what are they used for? They'll be
Mm-hmm.
happy with that one. And if you can write any example code as well, they'll be good to go.
Okay.
Okay. So define one with the def keyword and call
Mm.
as many times as you want. Okay. A group logic into the
Okay.
name unit improves the readability. Leave it aside. Now
Mm.
just tell me one thing. If I copy this function
Mm.
and paste it over here,
Mm.
removing this too. So this is your function definition.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
What is this called?
Uh, it's- okay. It's a parameter that we pass.
Yep, that's a parameter.
Mm.
What is this called? Greet
Mm. Oh yeah, we just calling the function. It's a
function call.
function name. Yeah, function
Okay.
call is
And what is this called?
uh, passing that parameter to the name.
This is called
Oh, it's
arguments.
arguments. Okay, okay, yeah, this is the
Okay.
arguments. Yeah.
So when you say I'm passing the arguments, it's totally understandable that you are passing some values into it. When you say I'm storing the pass argument into the my parameter, then they'll
Mm.
understand that the parameter is the variable that you have defined in your function. Okay,
Got it.
which is receiving the. So people get confused with the argument and the parameter, and they
Parameters. Mm.
use it in argument. They may
Okay.
use it parameter, and in parameter they use it argument. So the people in the
Mm.
front, they have the better understanding, so they'll get confused. What do you mean? Could you just clarify?
Mm.
Okay. What if I remove the function call from here and type it at the top of this function definition? Will it work?
Mm. Technically, it shouldn't be working. I know for JavaScript though,
Hmm.
but never tried with Python, so I don't know. I mean,
So technically also it is not going to
eh,
work.
okay, okay,
Why? Because Python is an interpreted language, even the other compiler
okay,
language too. So they all, both of them start from the top to bottom. And
okay, okay.
since being an interpreter, it goes line by line. So it goes one line
Yes,
and
yes,
solve it at that moment. So the
yes.
moment it comes to this line, it tried to solve it, but it could not
Mm.
find anything above it because there was nothing inside its memory,
There is,
main
yes,
memory. And that's why it is returning the issue.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So function calling can only be happen once below the function definition. Okay.
Mm.
So this statement can be called before or after the other code as long as it is defined first. So the calling of the
Yes,
function should be, you can call anywhere above and below of any other function, but the function of the function call should be defined at the top or at the
yes.
first before calling. Okay, let's see the parameter types, which is basically the positional, default, and the keyword. Positional,
Yes.
we are already aware of that we are passing two values, okay, and returning two values. But when you pass sequentially, 3 will always be stored in A, 5 will always be stored in B,
Yes.
right? It will never happen that you want B to be the value of A and A to be the value of B if you are not modifying
Yes.
anything under it. If you're simply
Yes.
passing the arguments like 3 and 5, then the parameter A and B will consider A will be considered as 3 and B will consider as 5. That's the
Okay.
okay. When we go for the default one, where no argument required, so you basically define the value of that one. We can take this one. So even if we are not passing the value of n, by default it will take the value of n, whatever the defined over there.
Mm.
So it's, how do we print it? We'll just put inside the print function,
Mm.
the function call. Okay, so the default value is getting taken over it. Now I'm going
Okay.
to remove it. Will it work?
No.
So the value of x is 5, value of n
And
is
then
2.
two.
But
Yes.
I want
Now
the
it's
value
work.
of n is 5 and x is 2. Is there any way I can do it?
Value of, you can just like switch it,
Value of, yeah, how do we switch it?
like just write it down like power 2 comma 5 then, or you
Uh,
want to keep it.
we can simply define over here
Yes. Okay.
n
Oh, we can.
equals to
Okay.
5
Mm.
and x equals
Two, two.
2.
Okay.
Answer is 32, which is 2 to the power
Mm.
32. So this is what our keyword, basically keyword interchanging. Pass a name as value or any order.
Mm.
Okay. So if you provide the name of the parameter in the argument itself, then
Mm.
regardless of their position, it will work. But if you're not
Oh,
giving the name of the argument, then it won't work. Okay. Now the
got it.
return keyword. So now onwards, whatever the function we are going to write, we are not going to use the print function inside the function definition. Okay, that's
Mm.
totally not the ethics, or you cannot even make it work. Only for debugging purpose, you can use the print function inside this function definition, but you cannot use uh, as a main result inside the function definition. Okay, for example, this one, if I show you. So, okay, where are we calling the function? Over here. And if you see, the one thing interesting about it, we are storing the value in two variables at a one time. Have you ever heard about this one, swapping of the number?
Swapping, yes.
So in other programming languages, you have to write a code. But here, if you just simply a comma b, a comma b equals to c comma d.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so c value is defined, d value is defined. Ultimately, c value will go to a, or swapping the value gets swapped, or simply if you do b comma a, b comma a, that's
Okay.
done. So b value will get stored in a value get stored in b. In one line, you can do the swapping. In other programming
Mm.
languages, you have to do a plus b stored in a, then b equal to
Yeah,
a minus b. Yeah,
yes.
so that's the other case. So here, if you see, we are storing the value of this list, whatever it will return, inside the two variable.
Mm.
First one will should store min according to the
Mm.
function name, and the second one high will store the max. So I'm
Yes.
calling the function definition. I'll simply click over here, press the F12 tab, and simply you will back to the function definition, wherever the function defined. In the next class, we'll see the modules packages. So that will
Okay.
help us a lot when we try to debug any issue. That's the main reason we are studying everything. How do we debug everything?
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha.
And then we are just returning min value of nums and the max value of
Mm.
nums using the min and max function.
Mm.
Okay. And simply printing the low and high values, 1 and 9.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Okay. So you
Mm.
can even put multiple outputs in the multiple variable in a single line. This was the interesting one. Okay, which is not
Mm.
followed in any other programming language.
Any other program? Yes, yes. Mm.
Return is not the same as print. Print only display the output, but return the value to the function call.
Mm.
Okay. Now let's see the scope. Any idea what is the meaning of scope?
Like like the piece of code that can be like accessed uh, according to their like how I mean which scope they are in. I know it, but I don't know like how to explain it properly. Like there are like a global scope, there's a like a local scope and everything. So
Hmm.
it can be accessed in their scope only. If
So
it's
scope is
outside of the
basically
scope.
the area under which the variables are accessible with their values.
Mhm.
If you go out of their scope, it won't be recognized. It simply means that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
See, interviewer does not require the exact definition. Even if you could just answer it in a layman term, which make him
Mhm.
understand that you know the concept. That's
Okay.
it. That's matter much. Okay.
Okay.
So if I'll take the example of this one, so the value of fee persists only
Mm.
inside this function definition. If I try to print p, will it work?
Mm, no.
No, it won't work.
Mm.
Why? Because phi is defined
Oh,
inside this function. So the scope of phi is only limited to this function. Inside this function,
yes.
if I want to print, I'm free to do it. It won't show any error. But the
Yes.
moment if I use the keyword global, it is accessible outside the function too. But
Yes.
you have to define the global keyword. Okay. I mean, just declare it over there.
Okay.
Now, further, if any changes happen in this fee, okay,
Okay.
to knife and
Yes.
print. Okay, we have to define the balance as well. Balance equals to 1000. What will be the correct answer of balance now? If deposit is 500
It would be like 1,000 and plus equal to 1,500 minus fee.
and fee is 2, so
2. Yeah.
1498.
8. Yes.
Okay, so we only got the value of fee because we are
Mm.
printing only fee. If we print the
Yes. Yeah.
deposit,
Okay.
we'll get the value of that one too. It's showing none. Why? Because we are not returning anything.
Okay. Okay.
1498 and then 2.
Then-
Okay,
Yes.
so these are the small things that we need to take care. If we
Okay.
have to make any variable as a global, just type the global and you will see this global keyword a lot of time used in the organization code. Okay,
Okay.
so once we'll cover the function, then we'll pick one Python program code from the GitHub and we'll see how the code has been written. So that will
Okay.
give us a good idea about how to approach the code, how to understand the code.
Okay.
Okay. So understood scope, local, and the global one.
Yes.
Okay. And there is no in closing, only the it works only on the nested. Um,
Okay. Yes.
See, nested function can read but not assign outer variables. So if I define global function and inside this if I
Mm.
write another function, so that
Mm.
function will not be defining the value of balance.
Okay.
Balance
Okay.
value should be defined in the same function where it is mentioned global.
Okay. So it can only like read or print it, but not can like
Correct.
change it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Change cannot done in inside another function.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now
But
here comes the
in a
mhm.
global we can do it, right?
In global
Uh,
you cannot define it. Nope.
No. Okay. Okay. So in
If you mention the
same thing
global
for
keyword in the same
Mhm.
function, you have to define
Mm.
the value of that global keyword right on that same function. That
Okay. Okay. No.
cannot be
No. No.
done
I'm saying that
inside the mhm.
globals also we cannot change it in a global scope.
Global.
Like if yes, yes, like outside
Yeah,
the
you
outside.
can change it, but the
Okay.
value
Okay.
they see
Okay.
this one is actually changing the value of global, right?
Yes.
I can mention this mathematical or the logical code inside any other nested function. Okay. But the thing is, you have to define it first before using this one. So this
Okay.
defining
Okay.
part should be done inside this function. I cannot do
Got it. Got it.
this defining part in the another function.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay,
But what if
even
like
the mhm.
if like here in this function, we
Mm-hmm.
define the fee. Fee is equal to 2 right now, right?
Yep.
If from down there, do you see
Is
where
fee
we
a
written
global one you're considering?
uh, right now, yes, yeah, global fee,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Global.
So
Yeah.
if I change that fee is equal to 2 from fee is equal to 5, but not in the function. If I give that fee is equal to 5 just
That's
below
totally fine.
the just below the line number 10, like outside the function in the global scope, will it
Here,
work? Yes, like, yeah, or maybe like before that print line. I mean, before
fee
passing
equal
the
to 10.
deposit. I mean, before passing the function. Yeah, I mean, before calling it. Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Okay. So p value is 2 and it is accessible outside this one. Let's see. What do you think? What will be the output?
I mean, it should be uh 1490. I don't know. I
The
have a
value of
doubt. I mean,
phi,
yeah, will it going to get changed from 2 to 10? That was my question.
it should not, I guess, or it is. Yep,
Mm,
it is
yeah.
actually overwriting. Yeah, the word
Mm,
keyword globally affects every value which is present inside this one.
got it. Got it. Got it.
Okay,
So
if I
even.
directly print the
Mm,
balance out here,
mm,
so what do you think? What will be the answer? Will it be 1498 or will it be 1000?
1000.
1000.
Mm,
Oh, it's 1498.
1498 because it got updated.
Yep.
Mm, so yeah. Okay. Okay.
So even though inside this global keyword, it works like this,
Mm,
it will affect everything inside and outside. That's the first
mm,
thing. Second thing is that wherever it is defined after the global, that will
mm,
be considered. Third
okay.
part
Okay.
is that if you are modifying this inside the same function, then that
Mm,
will be taken forward and this value get overridden.
overrated.
Because
Yes.
see,
Yes.
both are actually the same, projecting to the same object ID, right?
Mm,
If I print the object ID of this one, balance, and here also if I print,
yeah. It will
mm,
going to be same. Yes.
it's going to be the same because we are using the same balance. And once it is being, so object ID is containing only one value, that is 4098. And you are printing outside the function call.
Mm,
Okay, so that's why it is going to print only the updated value
mm,
because the box itself contain only, it doesn't know about 1000 now. Once you override it
got it.
with the other value. Yep.
Yes.
So it's only the single object. If it would be double object, then it would be considered. But right now it is a single object and single object is getting modified. So every
Yes.
time it will be having only the updated value.
Yes.
Okay. That was a good question. Okay. So now let's come to the lambda. A few new things. So lambda is not oftenly used in the logic in the main organizational code. Why? Because the expression of lambda itself says it is for the small values. If it if you can uh, contain it in a single line, go for that one instead of using a function. For example, this is square one. So lambda x, x star x, and square of 6. So what happened? This lambda function is actually making this square variable as a function and storing the value of 6 inside this x. Okay, and
Okay.
performing the function right over there in a single line.
Mm,
So the equivalent code you can see the bottom one, the equivalent code.
okay.
Okay, let's see
Okay.
this
Okay.
part. Yeah, this one. So what is happening over here? I'm having two tuples. Okay, and these two tuple are inside this one earliest. Now what
Yes.
I'm doing, applying this short function. Okay, in the key, key equal to, and this is your function logic.
Hmm.
Okay. Now for now, I'll just this comment out, and I'm gonna print the updated value of users. So what do you think? What will be the output? What is the use of short function? By default, it does
It's
ascending
going
to
to sort it
descending
like by
or descending to
ascending to
ascending. Yes,
ascending
ascending
to
to
this.
descending. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Now it is going to, now which value it is going to ascend or descend? Is it the with the use of name or with the use of this number, integer value?
With the use of number,
Why?
because lambda we have given a
Given a,
the one over
and this one represent.
is it
So
a
index of this Ravi is 0. Index of 25 is 1.
one? Yes.
So all the values, this is all the set. So in every set,
Mhm.
the index of first index is this, that is the 0th
Mm.
one, and second one index is this, that is the first one.
Yes.
So we are printing based on the index number
Index
1.
one.
So that why it
Yes.
is do the increasing and decreasing based on number. So we'll get
Yes.
the output as minimum one first and then the maximum one.
Thanks.
So Amy comes first and then comes Ravi.
Mm.
Now I'm going to do just changing the name Amy to Semi and 0. Now tell me what will be the output.
Will be Ravi will be first.
Ravi will be the first one,
Mhm.
right? So it is checking based on the R keyword, and the
Yes.
ASCII value of R is greater than or less than Z or not.
Yes.
So what is the ASCII value of A, capital A?
Capital A is, and yeah, it's not able to recognize right now. Is
65.
it 60? Okay, yeah, 65. Okay. And the
Not necessary to be remembered, but it's okay
well,
to good to remember.
yes, 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 true, true.
It will be easy for you to explain the code if something
Mm.
related to such things comes. Okay. So best for throw away the logic passed straight into the another function. Okay. Same square, you can use it in the any another function too. Why? Because it is not is used inside this any function. Okay. So the scope of this one is actually outside any other function. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So if any function that can be consumed or can condense into a single line, go for the lambda function. Okay. Let's move ahead with the recursion one.
Mm.
So what is the meaning of recursion?
Calling function, same function, like
That when a function call itself,
yes.
that is considered to be the recursion one. Now here factorial is calling itself.
Yes.
Until what? When will it stop? Until this condition turns
When
out to
the
be
turn, yes,
false,
when
right?
n is equal to yes, yeah.
So if I'll go to print factorial 5. So what
Mm.
is the factorial of 5?
5 into 4 into
3 into 2 into 1.
1. Yes.
Okay, so we are running until it is n equal to 1, and then it will be 0, and
Mm.
0 is considered to be the false inside this function, and function will break. Okay, this logic is clear. N into
Yes.
factor of
Yes.
n minus 1.
Yes.
Okay, 120.
Mm.
If I just give a single more digit, 0, my laptop will get hang.
Yeah.
Because solving this one would lead to, even if you see this 7 factorial of 7, it's 5040. See the difference. Once I jump only one digit above it. Okay.
Mm.
And if I write 10, see the values, how they are
Mm.
jumping. The moment I
Mm.
increase to 3 or 4 digit, my laptop won't
Mm.
survive to solve this
Mm.
equation. And that's where the quantum computer and the supercomputer comes into the picture. So if
Mm.
it goes like this type of value input, and you have to do factorial
Mm.
over it, it will take months to solve it.
Mm.
So do couple of more questions on recursion. Okay,
Okay.
things will start getting tricky from here.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
let's see the arcs. So arc is basically comes from the word argument. Okay, no, nothing new. But the main purpose of arc is, like, let's see a situation. Let's take a situation, and then we'll understand why arc is used. So what I'm doing, I'm just def a comma b, and give name as some class, and we are just turning sum of a comma b, and then we are doing the sum class with 2 comma 4. Okay, see this as a class in which the students are 2 and 4, or anything you can
Mm.
consider. Okay, so this is the marks I'm passing, and these marks get stored in the their students respective to their students name, right?
Mm.
Now in future, what happens if the number of subject increases or the student increases? So what happen, I have to increase the, if I increase the input values. Okay, suppose the student name increase to, in class A there is 2 student, in class B 4 student, couple of more classes got created where 50 student came, 77 came, 30. So am I going to go to the function definition and again write the variables or the parameter name to store these values? Don't you think? And wherever the return is called, I have to improve those places as well, right?
Yes.
So it is going to be a hectic task. And this is a
Yes.
genuine issue that people figure out in Python. And there comes the started the development of something that stores the dynamic values. Whatever the dynamic input is coming, is there any way
Mm.
we can pass it all at by one? So there comes the arc with the star.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So arc takes all the values that you are passing as an input and do
Mm.
operation at one time in all those values.
Oh,
So
okay.
see, I'm not using any parameter name, just passing the argument arbitrary, okay, and printing the values.
Mm.
So the answer will be 30. And the class, what is the class type of arc? So whatever the value you pass as a list, as a tuple, as a set, doesn't matter. It will convert everything into a tuple and then give you the answer.
Mm.
So when it convert into the tuple, remember it is non-modifiable. I mean, you cannot modify it further. right?
Got it. Got it.
So in case of tuple, we studied that tuple is immutable.
Mm,
Also, one more thing. What if I pass sky? Okay.
mm,
So some function wouldn't work over here. I'm just returning. So I'm putting this sky in a normal parameter with
mm,
parameter as name.
mm.
Okay. So only not this one. And if I print this total, okay, just comment out this one for now. So we are getting a sky and the 10 and 20, right?
Mm,
10 and
mm.
20 automatically goes inside this argument. It's not necessary you use arg. Arg is again used as a naming convention. Okay, I can change to uh, add another value to it. It's totally fine. Okay.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like I said, panda as a PD. So people consider args as taking
Yes.
argument as args, but you can change it as per your convention. Okay. So first I type the name, which is considering this string argument, and then arg sky is containing this 10 and 20. Now what if I just swap the value? So from here, I'll remove it and add it at the bottom. Okay. So what will be the output?
For the
This one for the total.
total 10.
Will it be 10, 20, and then sky?
Uh, it should be, but we are returning in a.
Doesn't matter.
It's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
If
Yeah.
I'll just cut it from here.
Mm.
Now, will it print that?
Mm,
It is not.
yes.
Why?
Okay.
Because with R is very sequential based. If I try to print, see it is showing error. Even though you are not seeing error over here, right? Still it is showing
Mm-hmm.
error in the output. Why? Because arg is always considered that the or I can say in terms of priority, normal parameter will be considered as first priority, and then comes your args. So
Okay.
you cannot write args before the normal parameter.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's why it was showing error.
Okay. Okay.
And that's the first thing. So understood what is the use of arg? The dynamic value that
Yes.
we are sending, it stores it and then send it back to us in the form of tuple.
Yes.
Now, in the same way, quarks, like args work in tuple, quarks
Mm.
work for the dictionary.
Okay.
Okay, that is the only difference.
Okay. Okay. Otherwise, if it works in the same way.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
But one thing that need to be considered over here, the priority of quarks comes at the last. So if you are defining quark,
Okay.
it should be at the last, not before the arg or
Not before the named
normal
variables.
parameter.
Normal
Okay, it
parameters.
should be at the end. Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
it will throw an error. So first comes your normal parameter, then comes your arg, and then comes your
Quarks.
quarks. So again, if I print the value type of quarks, it will print the dictionary, and then for key and value in quarks.item function, I'm printing the key. Key is your name. Key is your name. Value is your the value whatever we are passing.
Gotcha.
Got it. So that's the only difference. Just do a couple of questions on this. Okay. Or you can, if you can try to solve this question, a mini project based on the banking system. You can take the concept of arg and quark. Both I have written over
Okay.
here, but it's better if you try to solve it by yourself once. Okay.
Okay.
So it will be available in the video too. So you can, if in the end, if you cannot, then see where the values is being used. See, notice your args, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can simply use the
Okay.
arg or the nodes. See, detail is your quarks, right?
Yes. Yes.
So just try doing this task. It will give the
Got
more clarity for you, whatever we have studied so far. Okay.
got it. Got it.
So that's all for the today's class. Any question
Okay.
that you're having?
Not so far. Nope.
Okay.